Peace, peace, everyone, and welcome to the Strength of Continuance podcast. See, I'm excited today because I have a special guest on here. I got my girl Lish on here. I met Lish year. Wait, how many years has it been since I known you? Ooh, did I meet you before or after my mother died? I think it was after
So it was like uh 2018 maybe.
2018. I met her 2018, but it was like after my mother passed away. We met in a we met on the show. Did we meet on the show or an event? I think I
Event.
read you.
You
Okay.
did. You read me first, but then we
Uh-huh.
actually met at the event.
Yeah, then I met her at the event. This girl is super talented. She's super dope. She is super gifted. One of the most gifted people I know. And she be reading off the dome. I got cards out, so we are gonna give a bonus read at the end of the show. Stay tuned. But I met her. There's no such thing as coincidence, but as younger children, me and her, we've been through a lot of similar things. And I don't know where she gets the strength from to get through what she gets through, but she does. It's funny because just the other day I was we're studying like the book of Job and all that stuff Job went through, and he just I'm not gonna give my 2 cents about the BS of that story, but um, she's come through a lot. So tell us five. I ain't gonna use fun facts because she said she ain't on the fun facts. But tell us 5 things about yourself.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot. No faces. Sorry. Um, I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. I'm just
What's your favorite color?
purple,
There we go. What's your favorite food?
chili,
What type of music do you like?
R&B, and hip hop.
What genre though?
90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
um, married, single, or in a relationship?
It's complicated. I'm married, but I don't go with it. Complicated.
Okay. Okay.
Told you it's complicated.
What's one of your favorite hobbies? Do you have a hobby?
Not really, unless cooking is a hobby. I like to learn how
Cook.
to cook new stuff
That's a
like
hobby, baby.
that I've never cooked before.
See, I don't know why she don't think there's nothing interesting about herself, and she's one of the most interesting people I know.
It's not. That's not interesting. It's just
You don't
regular
think so?
stuff. No, I think it's regular stuff.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we just gonna get right to it. Gonna get right to it. So one thing that I admire about you is your strength. Because when I first met you, you were talking about a book you were writing, a book you had written,
Hmm.
and the book spoke about your life.
Hmm.
But when I connected with you for your mediumship reading, I was able to connect you with a special spirit.
Hmm.
Um, you you have been through what most parents fear going through, and that was the loss of a child.
Hmm.
So I just want to talk a little bit about that and just talk to you about how did you get through it mentally, emotionally, spiritually? How did you get here today?
Uh, I don't know. So I'm an Aquarius. I will say that I'll start there. So I think the a lot of that comes from the detachment in my sign, in my sun sign, because it's really easy for me to detach from certain stuff. So I really just go by I just go day by day. I don't really have a real answer because I ask myself the same question every day. Like, I don't understand. I don't really know how I haven't, uh, said, this is enough. Let me just go ahead and check out because it do get tough. But I think also that my gift, which is a weird gift, is not thinking about a lot of it until sometimes where, as weirdly as it may sound, I get overwhelmed a little bit or something happens, like a different tragedy. And then here we go. Like here I am thinking about it. But oftentimes I just go with the flow until something major happens that makes me think about. I've heard other people say that different things make them kind of relive something that they've already been through or that they're going through that they may have suppressed just to try to get by day. I think that I have a lot of that in me. I don't know, but I do think that's what it is.
For those who don't know you, because everybody in your mom is know you. So
Which is like,
I said, for those who don't know you, because everybody in Cincinnati and their mama know you.
no,
Very
they don't.
popular. For
Yeah.
those that don't know
They don't
you,
know me.
can you give a brief history of your child that you lost or what happened? And it can just be brief. It doesn't have to be too detailed.
Like what? Like,
What happened? You feel
okay,
comfortable
so,
telling what
well, I guess just starting right into it. April the 22nd, 2017. My oldest child, 20 at the time, he committed suicide 2 days after the girl he was seeing killed herself in her school dorm. So, what else?
So when you
You froze.
when I frozen, I'm thinking of a good way to ask you because I want to know like emotionally how did you process it during that time?
I didn't. It's like I couldn't believe that this was. I didn't believe that it was happening. I think I probably checked out mentally for a few months before I started to come to terms with that. That really, this really is. It really did happen, and the life that I was living would soon be my new norm. Like it was different. I had him 8 days before I turned 15, so like we kind of grew up together. So I think I lost more than my child, Like, what was I going to do without? That was all I knew. Him and obviously my other kids, but it was just me and him for a while before they even came along. So, processing the fact that um, he ain't upstairs no more, or I can't call him for some simple shit like go downstairs and get me a water or something like that. I mean, I do the other kids like that too, but it's different. And we had a different relationship too. Like these two kids I got, they weird. I mean, he was kind of weird too, but but we did a lot of like we were like connected like in a lot of ways. So it was fun. Like I look at videos and see like the boys and the moms like rapping and dance. That's what me and him did. Like they don't do that with me. They from a different era. They weird. So
Your mom, we ain't doing that with mom. We're doing that with you.
yeah,
Your
they
mom.
don't. But Marquise would have. So he was out for that kind of stuff, and so that's the little stuff that I miss. And how I don't know how I'm getting through that. It's just trying to keep his memory alive and you know um just reliving some of the or doing some of the same stuff with my kids, so that we do that together, and just remembering that I can't like just completely just check out and just be like I'm done with it because of them. I'm not a selfish person at all. I've heard the saying so many times that um I could not be anything to anybody else if I'm nothing to myself. I get it and I understand, but I do feel like my purpose is to make sure my kids straight. I'm not a selfish person. I like to be as fair as possible. So I'm like, I have to give my kids. I like realistically, I will want them to live way past 20. But I feel like if I don't give them to at least 20 years old, then they didn't get fair treatment. That may sound weird, but that's where my mind is all the time. Like, because I got to get them to 20 because I was at least able to get him to 20. So I have to get them the same thing. And I don't know if the weird thoughts that I be having is what's getting me through or what. Or I think it's so cliche. I hate to hear that. Like, or you strong, you strong, or what they say, God give his strongest. I mean, his, you know, the toughest battles through the stronger um warriors. And I'm like, I ain't signed up for that. Like, so I don't know who told people that I was that, because I have been through a lot, and I'm just like, okay, yep. And just when you think that, okay, this is it. Yeah, I ain't gonna go through nothing no more than here you come. Like, I tricked you. And then you back to square one, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't signed up for that. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I think I get my strength through my kids. For
I
real.
think a lot of people that don't understand that there's no time cap on grief. Like you can go through the stages of grief over and over and over again.
Cause I have
I,
my good days and I have my bad days. Some days it's like it just happened. Some days it's like it's a memory. Like, oh, I remember when Marcus used to do X, Y, and Z. But I'm not a sharer. Like I'm not really, that. Like I'm not really somebody that like to share things. So somebody will ask me, "Am I okay?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I probably been had a super duper meltdown 5 or 10 minutes prior to that. That's what I do. And then I come out and put this cape on and be the strong person that obviously the most high think that I am. But
so would it be fair to say that you haven't really fully processed it all the way yet?
it's definitely fair to say that. Yeah.
You remind me of me. You suppress a lot.
Huh?
You suppress a lot.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
absolutely.
parents, as parents, especially I'm not saying you're single parents, but as single parents, um, and as Black women, we're made to look a certain way. We've been made to think that we have to.
Hmm.
Like, you're not allowed to fall apart. You're not allowed to not be okay. You know what I mean? And then when you have other children, you don't want them to see you not okay. So you gotta kind of like. There are so many times where I would fall apart in the car. You know, I would have my moments where I would like sob in the car and fix it all up just to come in the house. Like, okay,
Me,
yeah,
that's me. And then,
mm-hmm.
and then when you have stuff going on like that, and you have trust issues, it's super hard to even accept things that people are trying to give to you. Like even now, my brand new situation, I have so many people like, you need anything, and I'm like, no, and yes I do, but I don't know. Like I have trust issues. I don't know what I'm fearful of, but I be fearful of taking stuff, and then maybe later on, somebody, I did X, Y, and Z. And in the back of my head, I'm mad at myself because I'm like, well, that's why you should have said no. Should have, no,
Right.
stuck to what you knew. You've been saying no, so like, I don't know. So that don't help either, being like that, because
You want
that's
to tell me?
that I'm
You want
working
to
on.
tell us about the most recent?
You
Are
said what?
you are you ready to talk about the most recent thing that happened?
I mean, I don't really. It's what it is. That they know about it already. They just don't know from me.
Might I tell you, Lish? Most people that watch my podcast aren't from where we from, so they don't know.
Oh, okay. No. But it's on national news though.
You know what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on national news because what I guess anything over 5 is considered mass. So it was 6.
So there were 6 people that
Mm-hmm. 5 kids and an adult.
were you there at that time? You wasn't out there.
Yeah, I was out there.
Okay. Well, there was
Well, it was seven of us out there, and I was the only one that didn't get shot.
so there was a situation. It was all over the news. Y'all were just sitting outside.
No. So me and Renaya, we had just came back from Kroger, and I was don't work weekends, so I was gonna volunteer to work on Saturday because obviously this was that Friday, and
Mm.
so I went to the store to grab some stuff that I needed because I was just gonna fry some chicken and what else? Just some quick. I think I was gonna make some box macaroni. It was just gonna be real quick, and I was just gonna lay down or whatever because I don't know. The last time I worked a weekend in years, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna chill. But when I pulled up, coming from Kroger, one of my neighbors was in the back of my house, and she was like, well, she lived next door, and she was like, be be careful with your car. These kids up here dragging the broken microwave up and down the street and tail pumpkin, which would have been the adult, the only adult that got shot. And I was like, okay. She said they was knocking over garbage cans and everything. Yeah. So I knocked on the other neighbor door and I said, well, Miss Sherry said, be careful with your car. It was actually her son's car that was in the back. She said the kids were dragging a broken microwave and getting glass everywhere. They had knocked down some garbage. She got on her sweater. So we went to have a conversation with them, just to tell them, like, stop doing stuff. And as we walked down, because it was like, uh, I'm going to say probably about 6 doors away from mine. So as we walked to the little green utility things, that's where the kids were sitting on. So we walked to the end of my street and they were sitting right there. And as before we got to the end of the street, I called security because I'm like, maybe they can come and send them where they live because that was irritating. Like to see, and I'm scary, so I'm scared of everything. And somebody said they seen a possum back there and all of that, and I'm like, they knocking over trash. Ain't no telling what's gonna be back there. Um, if that trash don't get up, so security kind of blew me off. They were like, "We'll be over there when we can." Uh, but it was like in a very nonchalant way, and he hung up. So in the process of us walking down, he called back and asked. My neighbor was they still out there, and she said, yeah, he said call the police, which that was not something that he was supposed to do. He was supposed to come. They were supposed to come, but they didn't. Long story short, we were just trying to wait right there to see, if they were going to pull up. Probably about three. I don't know. I could be off with my minutes, maybe. I'm gonna say between 5 and no more than 10 minutes later. The shots just came out of nowhere. So before I get into, the traumatics of that, I will say that I feel like that it could have been prevented because if the security would have came, and this is not 100% because I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I know that things could happen regardless, but I'm just saying it's a good chance that had they would come when I called, they could have sent the kids away, and if the car would have pulled up, nobody would have been right there for them to shoot. Or if they would have came, the car would have pulled up and saw them right there, and they wouldn't have shot because security was right there. But because they never came, that was the result. And that's what I feel in my heart. Like I said, I could be wrong. I am adult enough to know that there are possibly other possibilities, but I really just believe in my heart of hearts that had they would have came, one of those two would have been the outcome versus having 5 kids shot one deceased and an adult shot for absolutely no reason because nobody out there had anything to do with nothing, wasn't a target of anything, just innocent bystanders struck by stray bullets. And that's sick.
Were they shooting at somebody else? Or
Well, from my understanding, yes. One of the kids that they shot kind of like fit this description of the person that they thought they were shooting, which is an adult, by the way. Yeah.
has anyone been caught?
Mm-mm. No.
Are they even looking?
I hope so. I haven't talked to a detective in about 4 or 5 days. He was calling me every day at first, but he haven't called me in about 4 or 5 days. And every time I be like, tomorrow I'm gonna call him. You know, my mind, I'm so all over the place. I forget to call him to see if there's any updates. I think that um, it may take some time, but I just feel in my heart of hearts that somebody will be called because I just feel like I got a whole bunch of, not even just saying because it's all about me, because obviously it's not all about me. A lot of people were injured, and one mom even lost her child. A feeling that I know oh so well, but I just feel like the people that I got protecting me in the spirit ain't gonna let it slide. They're not gonna let these people get away with that. That's what I feel. So, and I think it may take a little time, but I think they'll be caught. And I do say they because I believe it's more than one person. I believe there was a driver and a shooter. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know why intuitively I'm picking up about three or four, but I feel like it was more than one shooter.
Mm.
But
So yeah. So I've developed some new PTSD, which I I already had that, but it's new. So now I got this thing where they get dark at 5 o'clock. Get off at 6:30. I really like anxiety all over the place at dark time. It's bad enough that I couldn't see, and when it's nighttime anyway, and I just don't want to go outside. So I'm literally trying to make sure I grab everything that I need to grab or do everything I need to do before it get dark. And as soon as I pull up, I'm in the house and I'm not back out again. And that's crazy because I should not have to live my life like that. It's insane, actually. But that's the new thing that I got going on. Everybody, every tenant window is suspicious to me. Like everything is just like changed, and I don't even know how. I'm even still going because I think in almost 2 weeks, it's been almost 2 weeks. In almost 2 weeks, I've probably had maybe 20 hours of sleep, give or take a few.
mercy.
So, yeah.
So, during this tragedy, your child was struck.
Hmm.
Which one was it?
My baby, my girl,
How old is she?
she 15.
15.
Yep.
How many times was she struck?
3.
Where?
Her arm, her chest, and her hand. Yeah. And she has a bullet still lodged. Um, I don't know the word. Starts with an S. Under her shoulder, but not quite her back. I don't know. Starts with an S. They told me a million times, but I'm like, I'll never remember that. and they're not concerned about it. They said this fragment is small and it may they not gonna bother her.
How long was she in the hospital?
Sometimes they may move and come to a head like a abscess, and I'll just get it out. But if not, just don't leave it.
Did she require any surgery or anything?
No, she just was in ICU for a day and maybe a half because I guess the way it went through her organs is the only thing that makes sense to me because if they explained it to me, I was not really there. I was there physically, but I wasn't there, so I don't remember. But the thing that makes sense to me if it went through, so she got interest and outras and exit on, so two wounds, but one is an inner, obviously an interest, and one is an exit, and it like did like past her lung. It didn't nip it. It didn't bruise. I mean, it did bruise it. She has some little bruising on her lung, and they wanted to make sure that it didn't cause any problems. She wanted to watch her. That's why she was in ICU on the oxygen and just making sure they said um, that their thing was just to make sure that nothing develops. Her lung looked fine. It was just bruised. Wasn't any like damage or anything to it. It was just bruised and it'll heal. I just wanted to every the little thing that the blowing. I don't know the technical name for that. Just
The
so
incentive parameter?
yeah, so that um to bring home I guess to help it not set up infection, pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
But other
In
than
her hand,
that,
did she lose any function in her hand or her hand fine?
I didn't hear you.
Did she lose any function in her hand or is her hand fine?
It's fine. It's fine. It's her this part of her finger on her dominant hand, so that's the challenge. But it's getting better. It's healing really good, and she's able to close it. I have to remind her to do like this because they said if she don't move it, she likes to babysit it a lot. She has to keep it wrapped and get it cleaned once a day. I just kind of try to remind her to like keep it moved because you don't want her to get it stuck.
Right.
Whatever. But other than that, I think she's blessed and she is doing good and she will have a full recovery and I couldn't be any more happier for to hear that. Although as a mom, I don't feel like I this is something that I would have chosen to go through, but I'll take it if this is this the result. Like she'll have a full recovery, so I'm grateful for that. Although I wish it never happened.
Yeah.
Like you saying, like I would have taken that bullet, those bullets, any day over her. And I'm a questioner, even though we don't supposed to question. I'm a questioner, and I'm like, why? How was I that close, like right there, and then get hit? Like how? But I think that the more I question, the more I come up with an answer, even if it's just made up in my head, which I don't think it's made up in my head because I get little signs and stuff, but I don't feel like my body would have survived it. And this, my ancestors in spirit knew that, so I was kind of, I was kind of preserved, and then that's why. They knew that my kids needed me and that I don't think that I feel like I don't know, but I just got this feeling that I don't think that I would have been as lucky as everybody
Mhm.
else. So
I remember I had a near death experience. years ago when I felt myself floating away. It's weird. I think I told it on one of my podcast episodes. I had a near death experience. I felt myself floating away. And I remember hearing something. Bits and pieces are still coming back to me to this day, but I remember hearing something. And it was saying, like, it was just telling me I wasn't done yet.
Yeah,
And it's
and
funny
I
because
think
where
so.
I didn't want to come back. This is before Jazz the Medium, before all this. I was just 21-year-old in a terrible relationship. I was depressed. And I knew in that place, I felt so comfortable in the nothingness. I didn't want to come back here. But I remember being told that I wasn't done yet. It wasn't my time yet.
I kind of feel like that's what it is with me. But I'll be having a hard time trying to figure out just what it is I got to do. Like, we've been through that a million times. I'm like, what is it? I don't know. Because right now, I don't think I'm doing it right now, but whatever.
So, does this trauma right here kind of make you? Does it think that kind of make you relive losing your son before it kind of brings everything
Hmm.
back? So you're like
Yeah.
dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I know him. And like, I don't want to sound weird, but I definitely, if it was my choice, would have him here versus deceased. But sometimes I'd be like, maybe, just maybe, what life has presented to me is what's supposed to be going on. Because I can honestly tell you that if he would have been alive, he probably would have been in jail right now. Because if he didn't play about anything, it was me and his siblings, especially this girl. And he loved everybody and he ain't play about nobody, but this girl he did not play about. So he would have
Mhm.
got to the bottom of that way before the detective. And he probably would be in jail right now. So
Yeah. So, is there anything that you can do to commemorate son in passing?
you said what?
Is there anything that you do to commemorate?
You breaking up a little bit.
Is there anything that you do in honor of your son's memory?
Um, I was at first. Like what you mean as in this memory?
Like,
Like
the things of your birthday, or I remember you had a clothing line for a little bit.
yeah,
You know.
we still got it, but like I'm a huge procrastinator, and I think a lot of it is because of my mental health. It's not poor, but it's not the best either. And so, uh, as a nurse, you know that when you're not at your best mentally, and nothing goes how it's supposed to go. So, a lot of the reasons why the things that we had going and doing are stagnant is because I need my mental health at 100%. And I'm working on that, but I won't sit in front of you or nobody else in line and say that I'm giving it 100% dedication. Like I push it to the side to figure out and do something else. Because everything is like I said, and that's my problem. The thing about me is I know my problems and I know what I need to do. I'm not one that need to be told, oh, this is what you da 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 da. I know what I need to do. It's just that maybe I am a little anal or a little hard headed, and so I'm working on that though. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and I think 2024 will be amazing for me.
Let's put it out there now.
Yeah,
Okay. And you mentioned your mental health being 100%. In this day and age, is that possible? You think for
I don't
somebody's
know.
mental health 100%?
I don't know, but a lot of people be sitting up there lying and perping and stuff. I'm not a liar. I'm gonna keep it real. You're gonna get the raw meat every time you get me. you ain't getting none at all. You know, a lot of people try to act like they better than people, that that their mental health is at 100%, and I honestly think them people are most messed up. But who am I? You know, so, so hey,
Yeah, I'm not 100%. You know, I manage. You know, I'm learning how to process my emotions efficiently. But I'll be if I was saying I was a 100% all the time. I'm not. I have my good days and bad days. I,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
See, I can't imagine how you how you manage. I just take the hat off to you. You know, especially coming from past that we both had. And I'm not ready. I think another time, not this time. I'm just not in form to talk about it. But you know what I'm talking about. You know, but to come through that and to be where we are today, I think that that means a lot. Um, but what I do want you to do is to anybody out there who has been through, you've been through a lot. We haven't even scratched the surface. I wonder if that's the microphone. Is it the microphone on your phone or it's just so choppy? Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's mass. It was cool at first. You can hear that too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was
One
tripping.
second, guys. Let me see if the audio. I'll be able to tell if it's me.
I can't hear you. I think that was yours.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's yours.
It might be time for a new camera. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to apologize for the audio. It's time for me to get a new camera. It's mine. I'm like, what's all this cackling? Let me see. Let me mute myself. If we mid show, I'm gonna mute myself.
And I don't hear it. It's yours.
And then it comes back when I come back. Yes, man. I've had this camera for a
Oh,
while.
when you first started, it wasn't doing that.
I don't know why. I just used this the other day and it's working fine. But we're going to close out pretty soon to read the collective. What advice? I think we need to come on again whenever you're ready because we got to talk about your book.
I am trying, okay? Listen, I ain't know. I am completely done. I need to, no, let me stop lying. As far as being written, it's completely done. I'm so anal. I need this cover exactly how I envision it, or I don't want it at all. I need to be this so person that's like, I don't need anybody been like profiting off of my life, my story, but me. So I've been going back and forth. So I'm not gonna do self publishing. Still got that information that you sent me. I just really like been back and forth with that because when it's a good thing, people like to get in on that, and I mean nobody ain't benefiting from my story and what I've been through, but me, and that's just where I'm at with it. So it's
Yeah.
gonna take some time, but it's gonna be worth it.
So when we come
Because
back,
from
we'll talk
great
more about it.
things comes to those that wait.
Yeah. And I
And
read,
good news,
when
and
you
I
did
might
your,
have to even add some to it. Who knows?
when you read your group read, I remember I read the first few chapters and I was hooked. I said, "Oh my gosh." It was almost like I was reading my own life over again. I was just like,
And it's just like ain't no damn boom. It's like boom.
it's just raw.
Yeah, right. It just go right. It's right to it. Like I don't have time to play. Let's get straight to it. This ain't one of those books where we gonna start off on some flowers and roses and shit. No, we're gonna get right to it. I think that's how you grab your audience. I'm no author, by the way, but I know a good read. So I know a good read. So um, I know what to do. I think definitely, although people may think, oh, she ain't said nothing about it, or she must not be doing it, blah blah blah. That's what I want them to think. That's exactly what I want them to think. But it's coming.
I know.
Maybe it's even a birthday gift to myself. You the first person I told that to. So yeah,
So,
I don't put myself in the corner.
any advice to women out there in your shoes?
Not really. Let's say this in life for real. It's just one day at a time. Cliche as hell, I know, but really it's one day at a time. I don't even think about tomorrow until I get to tomorrow. I can't. It's too much stuff going on. I would say as women, we take a lot of stuff personally. I will learn how to not take everything so personally. I mean, life gonna do what it's gonna do, and the strongest people are gonna be the ones that survive. And although I don't feel like I am one of the strongest people, I think I'm just here doing my normal thing. I think situations and stuff like that say otherwise. So I would say one day at a time.
Most people can't survive what what you been through. But
Huh?
that's another conversation for another day. I'm sick of you. Let's read this collective, okay?
All
Let's read
right.
this collective. Look, I'm sitting here like Jimmy rigging chords. This thing getting on my nerve.
Ghetto.
Ghetto. Look. Okay. People be wanting to know about love and relationships, so we gonna do that, okay? And I know you go off the dome, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do each sign, and you could just piggyback anything you picking up from me, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Aries. So Aries, I'm feeling like you're in a situation, um, but you haven't fully given it a chance. You're still holding on to something from the past. So I feel like whatever it is, you haven't fully let it go, and you're not really taking that leap of faith in whatever connection that you're connected to. If you're completely single, then I feel like this may mean that you're afraid to enter into a relationship or connection, like you might be blocked off. What say ye?
I feel like Aries have a problem with self love. Um, Aries, you have to give yourself the same love that you are so desperately trying to give to someone else. Um, you have to love you first and love with your heart and not your private part. And once you figure that out, things will be 100% great in way of love for you.
It's funny. You said love with your heart and not with your private part. And the card I pulled was risk taking behaviors. Okay. Taurus. So for Tauruses that are in a relationship, this one is it, and you gotta trust it. You gotta trust it. I feel like whoever you're with, you're pushing them away, and you're questioning a lot about the situation. You're questioning, are they genuine? Are they real? Are they really here for you? And the way these cards are falling together, they are. For my single Tauruses, you may be giving up on finding love or finding a relationship. Like you're not sure if one is coming or one's manifesting. You're kind of to that fuck it point. You just fuck it. It ain't coming. It ain't about to happen. And that's definitely not the case.
I think Taurus give me ADHD vibes. I think no, Taurus do not know what they want. I think kind of a little opposite of what you think. I think Tauruses that are in a relationship are not sure if that's what they want. So one minute I do, one minute I don't.
I'm gonna
One
try
minute
something different.
the next minute.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna see if that works. I'm going to unplug this camera. Did that work? Oh, damn it. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I think that Taurus struggle with the fact Taurus struggle with the idea of needing a relationship versus wanting a relationship. I think the feeling that I get from Taurus is that the current relationships that they are in, they feel like they are there because they need to be, not because they want to be, and that's what the ADHD give me. Like, they're up there. I don't know what I want to do. And I think
Like
once they
they
figure that out, any
like they all
situation
over
that
the
they
place.
go to get in will work. I do.
Right. Okay. What's up the Taurus? Gemini. Gemini. So I'm getting two different things. For Geminis that are in a relationship, you might find out some information about your partner, and it may be some information that you don't like, but Spirit is encouraging you to keep an open mind and hear them out. If you're a Gemini and you're single, you have a secret admirer. Somebody has been checking you out from afar, and they're going to be making themselves present soon. What you got?
I think I feel like with the Geminis, I do feel like their current relationship, if they're in a relationship that has a lot of potential, Gemini needs to just become a little bit more loyal. Um, if they're in a relationship, this relationship may have had some ups and downs, but I think right now the path is like straight as long as the Gemini stay, consistent with it being just that person, in the loyalty aspect. I think single Geminis right now are, you know, going through the twin thing. They don't know what they want to do. I want to be in a relationship. I don't. So right now, they're just exploring options, and that's not working, by the way, Gemini. So I need you to get that together.
Cancer. Oh, this cackling is driving me nuts. As soon as I hop off of here, hold on. Let me mute you. And it's still doing it. Let me unmute you. Hold on. What'd you say?
Come here.
Huh?
It ain't me.
Okay. Oh, cancer. Cancer. Man, cancer. Single or take it. Get the hell out your feelings, bruh.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yes.
Everything ain't what you think it is. Like every little thing ain't the end. Like you don't have to dive into your feelings every time you feel like stuff ain't going the way you want it to. Relax. That's all. And this single or taken. Relax. Everything is all right.
As soon as you said cancer, my anxiety started going crazy because cancer is yeah. Y'all definitely got to relax. It is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Life gonna do what it's gonna do. Being
Right. Quit
really
lying to
good,
yourself.
crazy about things ain't gonna change it. It ain't gonna change it. So
Mm-mm.
I don't keep if you're looking for a relationship, that'll make it harder to find. If you're in one, you run a risk of losing it. So you definitely got to chill.
What's after cancer? Leo.
And that's Leo. Okay, Leo's in a relationship. Y'all got to chill. Y'all too cocky. And sometimes it's a good thing, but oftentimes it's a bad thing. Leo's in a relationship or in relationships with signs um, that are a lot softer. So um, it's hard for them to process the way that, but this is just y'all normal behavior, but it's hard for the people that you are with to process that, and it causes friction in the relationship. We know y'all feel like y'all number one and y'all all of that, but if you want a lasting, stress-free relationship, y'all gotta chill.
Okay. Leo. Somebody from your past is thinking about you, and they may present an opportunity for you to make the relationship work again. So you may be hearing from them soon. Honestly, rather sooner than later. So somebody might be hitting y'all up. So if you're single, Leo, somebody from the past may be trying to come back. And if you're in a relationship, Leo, somebody from the past might be trying to come wreck your shit. And somebody might be trying to come back. You know any Leos?
Even the store.
You know any Leos?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What that face?
I know a couple.
You said I know a couple.
Leo's cocky. Cocky for me, honey. They are they everything. They everything you not. They the ones and not the tools. I mean, and they ask, but whatever.
Next we gonna do Virgo. You go first. I like when you
You said you want me to go first? Oh, Virgo. Virgo, I feel like um let's see. I think the current relationship with Virgos is going really good. I feel like this could be something that is gonna last. This relationship is coming off of something that was failed, maybe the relationship that you were in prior, or just something. And I think that this person um, that you are with now is bringing out the soft part of you, and is allowing you to just be more, just to express yourself more, which I feel like is very important in this relationship and will be very important in this relationship. And I feel like it's gonna last a while. And I don't normally speak this positive about Virgos, but that was good. I don't have a bad thing to say. Strangely, I can't hear you.
I said it's funny because I do. I'm getting a specific story for a specific Virgo. And I feel like you're in a relationship that you're not happy in, and a lot of changes are going to come. Somebody in the connection is being selfish. Virgo, I think it's you. I'm sorry. Somebody is being very selfish. Um,
And they
and
normally are, but I didn't get that today.
oh, you could be talking to a totally different group of Virgos. You don't always match. But in this connection, Virgo, I'm always gonna say put yourself first. If you feel like things aren't going right and you feel like things aren't moving the way that you want them to move, choose yourself first. Instead of getting all mad about it. You see this old angry man. Instead of getting all mad, like choose yourself. And I feel like somebody out there always got an attitude. There's a Virgo out here with always got an attitude. They always mad about something. Fix your face. Libra.
Libras in their winning season. I don't know what's going on with the Libras. Maybe it's because they're air sign. They are in their winning season. They with who they're supposed to be with, and they are doing their big one. Shout out to my fellow air signs. It's going good. I see proposals and weddings that I better be invited to.
That part.
It's good. It's good for Libras right now.
Libras are
Like
looking really
a,
good on my end too. Oh, I thought you were continuing.
I was about to say I don't even really like Libras, but I ain't no hair either.
Libras are looking really good on my end. If you're in a relationship, it's probably going to the next level. If you're single, you're about to meet somebody. But there are a few Libras out there. Y'all mingling and y'all having fun. Continue mingling, continue having fun, party, live your life safely, safely.
Yeah, definitely say.
All right, Scorpio. Stuff for those Scorpios.
You go first.
So Scorpios, I feel like y'all waiting on a miracle. It's like y'all want like the right situation to fall in y'all lap, but y'all haven't made the healthy choices in the past to manifest the right situation. So, there's Scorpios out there who are wanting to manifest the perfect situation or relationship. You know, you need to live and be an example of what you want to manifest into your life. What you got to say?
I feel like Scorpios are moving too fast. Whatever is going on, I think that if it's a relationship, if you're single, you are trying to force a relationship. Um, I think it's some self work that you need to do before you try to rush into something. I don't think that even if you don't listen and you get in this relationship, I don't feel like it's gonna last. Um, Scorpio just getting busy, feeling like something is going on where y'all too busy. Um, the Scorpios that are in a relationship, I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like maybe you need to slow down a little bit, or you will push this person away. Like that.
You hear that, Scorpio? Self work. All right, Saggy. So Saggy, I feel like this is for a Sagittarius that's in a relationship in a good connection, but they're struggling with positive thinking. Um, Also, I feel like there is a fear of maybe some abandonment issues, fear of abandonment. So they're Sagittarius, you're doing too much. You know, relationships are supposed to flow naturally. You're doing too much because you won't, because you're afraid that things are going wrong with this relationship. Your thinking's stinking. So spirit is just encouraging you to go with the flow. For you single Sagittarians, you might be overworking. So if you want to manifest a healthy relationship, you might want to balance your time.
I would say the same thing. It's just Sagittarius as a whole. Like, slow down a little bit. Like, I think that you are moving too fast, and I think moving so fast is going to cause you to miss something. So Sagittarius need to chill out a little bit.
Got it. Capricorn.
Capricorn just don't care right now. It's like if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. If I ain't, I ain't. Capricorn is really full of themselves right now, and I can't even say that's a bad thing because how can I be anything to anybody without being everything to me first? And I ain't mad at them. Like I think Capricorn. I feel like Capricorns is just like dating, like freely. Today is you, tomorrow is him, the next day is him, and they ain't got to worry in the world. And that is working right now for them. So keep doing you.
Cappies, I do feel like you're doing you, but I feel like you kind of doing you to kind of avoid having to deal with the difficult things that come with relationships. So it's kind of like a scapegoat. Like you over here today, you over here tomorrow, because I feel like there's certain group of Capricorns they don't want to deal with the emotions and the complexes that come with a relationship. But if you having fun, because the fun part is here, Cappy, do you, boo boo? I feel like you're avoiding something. I feel like you're avoiding something. All right, next up we got Aquarius.
You can read. I don't even know if I should. Shit. I don't know.
If I read my own sign, you got to read your own sign. It don't always pertain to you.
I don't know. Okay, but you still got to go first.
Okay. Aquarians, there's somebody in your past you need to free yourself from. And part of the reason why you may keep this person in and out of your life is because of your self esteem. But there's a pattern that you need to break up when it comes to somebody from your past. Um, if you are in a relationship, I feel like there's an aspect of this relationship you would like to be free from, that you don't want to be a part of anymore. You're just kind of indecisive.
Wait, what?
Kind of indecisive. Like if you're in a relationship, there's something within this relationship that you want to be free from. So you're kind of indecisive. If you single, there's somebody from the past that you keep going back and forward with, and it's a pattern that you need to break with that situation. What you got for
Wait,
Aquarius?
what was the last part? The last part?
It's a pattern with this person that you need to break up. You need to break up a pattern. It's a pattern.
Oh, okay.
You need to break the pattern. What you got for Aquarius?
Um, I don't really even know. Honestly, I. Hmm. different. I think Aquarius, we, I think I just feel like right now I don't know, like it's the winter season. I don't know if I'm reading my own energy or somebody else's. I don't know, but I really just feel like we somewhere we like in there with Capricorns. Like we've had so many issues, to so many failed relationships, so many problems where we overlooked bull crap and just dealt with it because it was normal to us. So right now we're just doing us and we don't even care. It is what it is, you know. And I ain't mad at that. I ain't I ain't mad at that. And that's the energy that I feel like is for single Aquarius is I think um Aquariuses that are in relationships are just there because they ain't got nothing else to do. They it's like they bored and they not gonna last for a very long time. So
That sounds so Aquarian. What you just said sounds so Aquarian.
I'm for real. Like they just there. Like they just there. And especially the men, they like in these relationships that they not really are happy or comfortable in. They're seeking other women or men. Hey, yeah. And I ain't judging because I don't do that. But uh, they just are going with the flow, and that's not gonna work for them. But the single Aquarius is that are doing them. I say keep doing it. I mean, with I mean, hey, hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. I think Aquarius and Capricorns, we like on the same level. Like we is hey, I think this is what we
I mean,
supposed
y'all
to be
are right
doing
there
though.
with each other.
Single, we are supposed to be doing it. And I think if the Aquariuses that are in relationships, if you want to be like us single Aquariuses, get out of those relationships. Those people don't deserve that. So I got that's what I got.
So
That's what I got
if
for Aquarius. That's terrible.
before we do Pisces, if I go back and these readings is too choppy, we're gonna go back and do them again.
You said what?
If I'm gonna go back and listen after we do Pisces. If it's too choppy, we doing this again, right?
Oh, this.
Yeah, this session, the readings.
Okay.
Okay, Pisces. This Pisces, you need to be single. It ain't working.
I
It being at work.
definitely
That's all I'm
need to be
saying.
single. Pisces got some inner issues that they need to fix within themselves. And I feel like if they try to go messing with people, while they got these issues going on with themselves, they're gonna mess some other people up like they messed up. And that ain't right.
Pisces, you
Pisces
just
need
jacked up.
look, I don't know if they spiritual, they need to talk to their spirit guys. If they I mean, if they religious, they need to go
Jesus,
to church.
whoever.
I don't know. But something is going on with Pisces and I need to get it together. And that's what I got to say on that. Men and women too. So
Both of y'all. All y'all. And if you a Pisces, don't come for me. I'm sorry. The cards said what they
please don't
said.
come for me because I ain't do it. Y'all did, and y'all got to fix that. I ain't. But I still love y'all. I love everybody.
No, she don't.
I don't. I lie.
But thank you so much for coming on. We gotta do this again because we got more stuff we gotta talk about. I just didn't want to
Absolutely.
be on here for
Anytime. I'm
70,000 hours.
telling you, it be fun. Anytime I got you.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Say I
Everybody,
got you.
thanks
I
for
got
tuning in. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties.
you. Yeah, get you a new camera. Matter of fact, don't invite me back until you get a new camera.
I think it's hers, but
Uh-uh. Hey, you know what? phone is old. It's really old, but it might be.
You know what?
But what's so crazy is every time I talk, you don't hear it. But then when you start talking, so
I
it's
hate to
you.
be the bearer of bad news, but I hear it while you're talking.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Watch this. I'm about to mute you and talk. Watch. And I'm just gonna continue talking, and everything sounds fine. There's no cackling on my end. Everything is great. But you can hear it on yours. Then it's probably your stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna order me a new camera though. I need a new camera. My camera
Hey,
old.
it might do be my phone. I got an 8. I'm like a couple years behind, but that's okay.
You got a dinosaur?
Huh?
You got a dinosaur for a phone?
Yeah. That's just because I feel like they just be trying to get my money for absolutely no good reason. And I feel like it still works. So why I keep getting a new phone every year? My kids got 14s. They mama just got an old phone.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm
Ain't nothing
sure
wrong with
somebody can give me a phone for my birthday. I
that
ain't paying.
part.
I ain't paying.
That part. But anyhow, thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember, love on yourself every day. And until next time. Peace. What was you about to say? I ain't click it off yet.
Oh, the people off?
Get the people on. You gonna say goodbye? She so
No,
crazy.
no. Because I actually had a question for you, and I'm just like, I don't know. I want to say it, and we on air. I don't know. You hear
Now
me?
let's get out.
All
Cause
right.
you be telling me you be keeping it too real with me. We about to get off.
All right.
Peace, everybody. Stay on. You stay on.